it's just clear that warmth has always been a driver for increased population, for increased wealth, for increased growth. And cold tends to do the exact opposite. We can see the Little Ice Age, for example, that had huge detrimental effects to crop yields and to disease in the Northern Hemisphere. And so, these claims that this extra few degrees of warming that people expect is going to make this land uninhabitable just isn't supported by the data. If we look at the first 1 degree of warming that we've already had, that seems to be driving the population to these areas. These populations are increasing rapidly. And so, these are just these hyperbolic claims that the news media loves to clam onto, and it really and then, young scientists like I used to be see that, and they say, well, I want to make a splash. I want to get that newsworthy article. I'm going to write something that's a little hyperbolic. And then that's going to get me, I'm going to put all that news media that I got into my next funding grant. And then I'm going to write something even more hyperbolic, even though the science doesn't really support this. There's this huge gear and this machine that's pushing these young researchers into making these more and more absurd statements. And now that we've had 10 or so years that this great website, Carbon Brief, has been doing this, I'm just going back and comparing the 9 years or 10 years of data since they've been published, these papers have been published, and whether any of their predictions are holding true. And you can just clearly see that they're not.